As we are now very quickly approaching the release of the reunion special episode of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, I have so many burning questions about the show. Questions that I need answered. Questions that, if not answered, will leave pretty glaring plot holes. I want to share these questions with you guys today and see what you think, so let's get into it. Let's start with Billy. Billy Cranston was one of the original 5 teenagers selected by Zordon to become the protectors of Angel Grove, and I guess the Earth. He was the Blue Ranger, an absolutely off-the-charts genius that was responsible for the majority of tech and gadgets that were used by the Rangers. He would truly be an asset to any Ranger team. Well, at the end of his time with the Rangers, he became more of a tech assistant as the team transferred into the Zeo Rangers. There wasn't enough powers for all 6 of the Rangers, so he decided to take a step back. Billy was last seen in the 2 final episodes of Zeo, suffering from accelerated aging, a side effect from the regenerator he used to restore his proper age. To counter this, he travelled to Aquitar for a cure from their eternal falls, which would restore his real age. After that, he opted to remain there with Sestria, a female from Aquitar with whom he had fallen in love with. And then after this, apart from a few morphed cameo appearances from the Blue Ranger, we haven't seen Billy Cranston at all. So what's the situation here? Is he cured from the accelerating aging completely? Is he living back on Earth? What happened to Sestria? All these questions really need to be answered in my opinion. It's not an area that can just be brushed over. If I had to guess, I would assume the answer will be pretty simple, something like Billy is a genius, he solved it. Or maybe it will have a much larger impact on the story as a whole. Perhaps there are certain conditions that he needs to be in to keep him young. Maybe the Eternal Falls completely cured him. Who knows? Whatever the answer is, I really hope it's given. Moving on, let's talk about Rita Repulsa. Now, this one is a bit of an odd one. We know that at the end of Power Rangers in Space, she was essentially purified and was no longer evil thanks to the dispersion of Zordon's energy wave. She then eventually went on to become the Mystic Mother in Power Rangers Mystic Force. 8 years after her purification, Rita is revealed to have regained her magical powers and is using them for good. She became the Empress of Good Magic and leader of the Mystic Ones. As the Mystic Mother, she gives the Mystic Force Rangers their link to the Morphin Grid and helps them in their quest to defeat evil Mystic forces. So, with that being her final appearance, how is she back as the big baddie in this reunion? Now, the reason I said this was an odd one is because, well, she's very clearly a robot. However, the way she talks and the things she says make it sound as if she is Rita herself. Is this just some sort of AI-generated version of Rita, programmed with all of Rita's evil memories or something? Or has someone actually done some pretty evil work to the Mystic Mother to turn her back into a force of evil? Once again, I think this is a storyline that needs to be addressed, otherwise it leaves another huge plot hole. What are your theories on this one, guys? I'm extremely curious to know. Now, the next thing I wanted to talk about was how certain Rangers had access to the Dino powers. It was a bit of a grey area for some since the end of Mighty Morphin. We have of course seen the powers accessed on a few occasions, but the how was never really explained. But literally, as I was writing this video, Power Rangers released a small teaser clip, and in that clip, it shows Billy explaining that he and Alpha had been working on other ways to access the grid. Now, I assumed this would be the case, but I'm really hoping all these questions aren't just waved off as Billy is smart, he figured it out. I know that realistically this is a kids show and the answers are likely to be simple, but let's be honest, this special is very much aimed at an older generation, the original Power Rangers fans. So hopefully they give us a little bit more. Okay, the other thing that really needs answers is of course the Green Ranger, Tommy Oliver. I have already made a video purely dedicated to the identity of the Green Ranger in this special. We know that he will feature, he's in the trailer, but who will be under that helmet? Will it be a different actor playing Tommy Oliver? Is it Tommy? If so, how will they explain him not appearing in any scenes unmorphed? I feel like it's going to be rather awkward. I don't know what the best case scenario is here if I'm honest, but maybe it could be Tommy's son, or maybe even Adam. This is the answer I am most nervous about getting. But again, let's theorise over the next couple of days leading up to the release. Be sure to leave your theory in the comments down below. If you want to discuss this special in more detail, either pre-release theories or post-release reviews, then you can join the 6th Ranger Facebook group. There have been loads of awesome Power Rangers stuff shared on there by almost 2,000 people already. It's a really fun community, and if you're on Facebook, you should definitely check it out. The last thing I want to know from you guys is, how would you like to see me go about reviewing this show? Do you want to watch it with me live? Do you want me to record my review and then edit and upload it? Shall I make a review and then go live afterwards to discuss with you guys? Let me know what you want in the comments down below. That's it from me today, my friends. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. May the power protect you, and I will see you next time on the 6th Ranger.